following program contains coarse language and mature subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. In other words, y'all gonna hear some shit on this one.
You're listening to 106.9 Twat FM, streaming to you from Rat House Productions over at rathouse.net. That's RATTHAUS.net. And it's time for the world according to Fear and MDI.
And welcome to the world according to Fear and MDI. Twat FM 106.9. I still got to make a shirt for that. I think that's funny. Anyway, I'm your host Fear, and my amazing, gorgeous, slightly sick co-host MDI.
Man, what'd you do wrong? How come you're sucking up? Just because I'm sick?
Because you're sick, and because of me.
Oh yeah, you gave it to me, dirty whore.
Yeah, I don't know if you're close enough.
I am close enough.
But anyway, yeah, so I finally get back to work. The 2020 has been a goddamn nightmare.
Shit show.
Just like, and I know everybody's going through it.
Everybody is. Oh yeah.
But yeah, so if you're coming here to listen, you're going to hear me complain a little bit because our life's been ridiculous for months now. And anyway, so the pandemic hit. I couldn't get a job, but one, because it would kill you. The pandemic's still around, but with precautions and stuff, it's not quite as bad as it was, at least here in Canada. It's still a nightmare in the US. But anyway, so I finally got a job. I've been applying for jobs for fucking months now. First in like Airdrie and Calgary, and then in Edmonton and Sherwood Park. And it's just been absolutely incredibly ridiculous to try to get a job because everybody's trying to get a job right now. Like our unemployment rate is ridiculous, at least here in Alberta. I don't know about anywhere else in Canada, but yeah, like I said, there's probably going to be hacking and coughing. And
I'm a little bit sick.
Yeah, and I'm sorry for any weird mouth noises or gargling or anything that's going to happen because we put off doing a show for as long as possible. Because anyway. So I'm finally back to work. I'm switching shifts, so I have a full week off. I'm excited to have a week off after going back for a couple of weeks. And sure enough, wouldn't you know, I get a fucking head cold.
And it's been gorgeous these past 4 days you've been off.
So the entire week I'm off, it's gorgeous. I feel like absolute garbage. I'm like drowning in my own fucking snot. Like it's just the most disgusting shit. I hate it. And now on top of it, everybody else in the house is
We know it's not COVID because we don't have fevers. We can still smell and taste everything.
No, this is just straight up a head cold.
It's just a wicked head cold. Mine's going into my chest a little bit, but that always happens to me.
Yeah.
It's just the way I live.
Yeah, so it sucks. So anyway, I couldn't be excited about my week off because of that. As well, we were going to film some videos, but when everybody feels like dog shit, it's just not worth it. Everybody's hacking and coughing. Like even this is borderline. I don't necessarily want to record today just because everybody still feels like crap, but we're here. We got to do it for
because I'm still sniffling and coughing and everything. We usually try not to record when we're like this, but it gets to a point where it's like, do we miss a week? Do we not put in an episode because we were sick, or do we fucking have a little bit of hacking and coughing, maybe some sniffling in the fucking episode? So yeah, sorry guys, but
so here it is, man. But yeah, so
if you can't love me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best.
It is true. It is true. So speaking of some best, some good things have been happening over at the Twat FM area. So well, like I don't even know what to call it. Like it's a studio. It's not really a studio. I don't even know. It's funny. Like ever since we've moved on from FYFC, I don't know what to say about anything because we went from kind of having our own everything to now like the amazing people at Rat House, and a shout out to
absolutely.
Matt. They're taking care of hosting and putting out our shows and stuff for us, and like, I don't know, it's just funny because we don't even have a website or anything like that. Like,
it's kind of bizarre.
Go over to rathouse.net /twatfm for anything for us, but as well check out a lot of the great shows that are there. But yeah, it's just funny. Like, some good things that have been happening. So we put out the werewolf video for Halloween, and that is like, you know what? I was really proud of it when we did it. I was like, you know what? I feel good about this. Like, it made me laugh. And you really never know.
I thought it was cute.
And like, we had kind of been brainstorming about that for a couple of weeks prior.
Yeah, a couple weeks.
And then was it the morning of that I sat down and I actually scripted it out? And then
it was like, you were just like, let's fucking go.
Well, yeah. And like, I don't know. I don't know if it's like ADD or what I have, but like, sometimes I literally just need ideas to kind of sit in my head and like stew around, and then all of a sudden it's like it comes
they're
out.
Ready. It's like they're fucking prime fucking picking. So
anyway, so the last time we checked earlier today, it was over 1,100 views, which is...
It was almost 1,200. It was like 1,189.
It's getting there, yeah. So it was like, I don't know, it was super awesome. So we've been playing like a little game where I take a look and then everybody in the house guesses kind of where it's been at, because it's been growing pretty exponentially every day. And like, I'm sure it's going to start teetering off here soon. But it's funny because, like I was talking about, it's really cool. It's really awesome. You're like, look at this. And then like our other videos are nowhere near that.
Yeah.
So you start getting in your own head about like, well, is it worth it? Like, should we keep doing it? And like, but I mean, we're a brand new channel, and we only have 30 videos, I think, yet. Yeah. So it's like slowly, and we still haven't even figured out kind of what we want to do.
Yeah, exactly. We're still kind of... we're just kind of throwing a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, and see kind of what sticks. And like, we have your baking videos, which I think it might have been a mistake that I was using the same web art, but then just changing the name. And I think a lot of people don't understand it was different. It might have had something to do with the fact that the ingredients were kind of similar.
We're similar, yes.
So we're going to change that up.
That's just what we had kind of laying around the house at the time. And then our oven's been down for a couple weeks.
Yeah, so we haven't had a new baking video.
I can bake, but the seals aren't proper on our oven, so nothing was coming out right. Mm-hmm. And I even found that with the baking video that we did do, the big cake especially, it took a really long time to bake all the way through because our oven wasn't working properly. So, and because it's such an old model, it's taking time to get parts in, but whatever.
Yeah. Like that's the brutal thing. Like we've talked about our 1960s house. Like there's parts of it that are so fun. Like it's very family, very nice, like quaint,
it's cozy,
but it's old as shit. So like the heating fucking sucks. The windows leak and the fucking oven's broke. And like, there's just a lot of like stuff like that you're like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like it's nice to have that sort of older feel to it. It's a nice big front and backyard, and we have mature trees, and it's really nice. But then like the last place we were in was very modern, so you're like, what the fuck? Like, so I don't know. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, so, and that's what I was thinking. We might just shoot like a kind of a landing video on the front page of our YouTube, just kind of explaining like, we're not just one thing. Because at the end of the day, we do the podcast, we do skits, we do cooking videos, makeup videos. I want to start doing some other type stuff, and like just little silly stuff that, like, you know what, people that like us will dig it. People that don't like us, I don't know, fuck off, I guess. I don't know. Yeah,
go find something else to watch.
But anyway, we had a very similar thing with when we had the FYFC YouTube channel. We did one skit where Logan was the reverse Hulk, and it ended up somewhere over 250,000 views.
Yeah, it was crazy how many views it got
in comparison to the rest of our videos, which we're only getting like maybe 100, 170 or whatever. So it was weird. And like part of the whole process, and I know like whatever, this is a lot of inside baseball for anybody. And if this is the first time you're listening to the show, don't worry, we'll get to the fun bits. Usually in the beginning, it's a lot of just me kind of rambling about things I've thought over the last week. But
ramblings with fear.
Yeah, pretty much. But that's the thing. Like, I think because of the way our network studio, whatever you want to call it, fell apart, there was a lot of things that weren't done in the smartest way. Like, really, I should have put out a video on the FYFC channel, letting people know
what happened
and letting them know where to go.
Because there's still a lot of people that don't really understand what the fuck's going on.
No, like even Champ. Even Champ had no idea what the fuck happened to FYFC. He still wears the hat and everything, and which is cool. Like, if you got the merch, man, like, I'm not proud of it, you know, like that was shit that we did. There was a lot of fucking blood, sweat, and tears that went into that shit, and we did really well. But because of the way it got blown up, and there was a lot of bullshit, and there was
a lot of hard feelings.
Yeah.
Hurt feelings.
So a lot of it was just shut it all down. Fuck it. Who gives a care? And like, and really, I should have thrown something up on the website.
Shouldn't have.
No. And like, and so it's a missed opportunity, because we almost had 1,000 subs over there, where we only have 85 on the new channel. And maybe some people would have jumped over onto the new channel. But at the time, we didn't even know if we were going to do a new channel. We didn't know if this was the end of whatever we were going to do. And that's one of the reasons I definitely want to give a shout out to Matt from Rat House, is and both him and LeBlanc reaching out and just being like, hey guys, if you guys ever want to
start podcasting
again, we'd love to have you on our network. And we ended up going with Rat House just because Matt had asked sooner, and like there's no hard feelings.
Just a first situation.
Like, all that stuff. It's there's just one of the things that did come out of the implosion of FYFC was just how awesome it was that some people reached out, and like, and then there's some people that we weren't even super close with, that we've gotten really close with, who have kind of reached out and really been really kind to us. And like, I want to thank our Patreon, like Cynthia, she's doing amazing. It's so great to have her. I want to thank Gordy Poutine. He's taking care of us in a much different way. And I just want to shout out that dude, because he's a fucking rock star. But yeah, so things have been wild. There's good things coming. We got a lot of ideas for the channel, so we're hoping to get that growing even more. If you're listening to this and you're like, holy shit, they have a YouTube channel. Yeah, man, head over to, it should be in the show notes. If not, I think if you search Twat FM or hashtag Twat FM, you should be able to find us. That's the biggest thing. I just want to get over 100 subs, because then we can have youtube.com/fearandmdi. And then I can say like,
and then it's so much easier.
Yeah. Cause right now I'm like, go, and it's _G and lowercase f. And like, you're like, fuck, come on, man. But anyway, enough inside baseball bullshit. Things are good. We're sick. We're getting over it. But let's go on to the notes. So each week I make different notes, as we go. And then we try to either
figure out what the fuck you were thinking.
Figure out what I was thinking when I wrote it, because I never write like full sentences. It's always little jots. But the first one we're going to talk about is just because we were just talking about being sick. But so I had a head cold for a few days, and then 2 days ago, I was feeling better. I'm good about the head cold. It's getting good. And then I fucking throw myself down the stairs.
Yeah.
And that got me thinking, because remember how I was saying I was getting cramps in my legs? It's in the leg that I fucking hurt my muscle when I went down. So I don't know if my equilibrium was kind of fucked up or whatever.
It could have been.
But it just says head cold / toss myself down the steps. And so that's an easy one, because I totally remember that. And it was the weirdest fucking thing. Like I've been down these steps a million times since we moved here. And every once in a while, like it's like, I don't know if it's because it's dark or what, but I missed that last step. And I can usually stumble. It's not a problem. But I just like went down, and it felt like it was in slow motion. It was super weird. And like, I didn't hit it.
You text me and you're like, I'm okay. And I'm like, all right.
Well,
like, what does that mean? Did you fall? Like, what do you mean you're all right?
As I went down, I like kind of twisted my ankle, which like kind of went into my kneecap. And then it's really hard to describe, but then I kind of flung myself into the wall. And
he's very dramatic.
Yeah, like but it was super weird. But I could hear you.
It happened in slow motion in your mind, but also it happened in a millisecond in reality.
Oh yeah, no, really, I probably just tipped over, but in my brain it was black and white and grainy, and there was clowns there, and they were laughing at me, and it was just a whole nightmare scenario. But I fell, and like my immediate response was like, could they hear me? Did they hear me? So the thing that me and you always do is we always start it with "I'm okay," and then we send a follow-up text.
I'm okay, but
but really, I don't think you guys even heard anything.
We didn't.
So I probably could have just got up, but at the same time, like I was kind of disoriented from falling, but I know I didn't hit my head or anything. It was just like my limbs or whatever.
I was like prime head cold, like really just starting to get hit with it. So I'm like, what do you mean? And then he's like, I'm laying at the bottom of the stairs. So I'm like, fuck, I gotta get up. Takes me forever to get up and get to the fucking stairs because I'm fucking sick. And it's like, my head weighs 600 pounds.
That's the sickness difference. You felt like it took you forever. You were up and down the stairs before I could say, it's cool, I'm going to get up, but you were already there. So like mine was in slow motion. You thought you were in slow motion, but like,
I felt like I took forever to get to you.
No, it was like seconds. Like I hit it and then all of a sudden you were there.
I'm sorry, because I'm sick. I'm really snorty too. I can't help it.
I mean, it's all good. But yeah, so we've kind of hit on that. The next thing I want to talk about, Halloween just passed, and we were when we moved into this place, we were extremely excited for Halloween. And as it got closer and closer to the date, we could see COVID wasn't going away. It wasn't curbing as much as they want. Like even if you still look at it, we're still rising every day.
Yeah, we are.
It's awful, we're not doing as bad as other places, but it's still like, and I still go out and I still see people that don't wear masks and don't, like, come on, man.
Yeah, like I still see people in the grocery store that are not wearing masks, and it's like, what the fuck? It says masks mandatory, but they actually don't fucking enforce it.
Yeah, well, that's because people are nuts. Like, no offense, but people are nuts. Do you want to be the one that says don't do that, and then all of a sudden you're on
people that work
Facebook
at grocery
because
stores
somebody
don't
punched you
make
in the
enough
face?
fucking money to fucking fight with people, and I don't blame them.
Yeah, me either. But that's why they should have a security guard. Like they did for a while, and they got rid of the security guard, I think, because I don't think I've seen one.
The last couple times we've gone to Walmart, I haven't noticed the security guard at the front.
No,
either.
Instead they just have like a person doing the
a regular Walmart guy,
and how many people are coming in and how many people are coming out or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Halloween was coming up, things like, and then of course the fucking head cold hits. So
you were just starting with the head cold on Halloween. And that might be part of the problem too. Like I went out with my chest bare because I slit my throat. So my chest was bare outside. It was 6-8 degrees outside, but you know, it could have been, I could have caught it on my own even. You never know.
Maybe. You
were just starting with symptoms then. But we all went out. Our neighborhood had a little neighborhood social distancing, trick-or-treating type thing. They had a candy hunt for kids to go out and get candy. And then they also, they had gift cards. There was a third, second, and first prize. And then they also had, each kid could take a bag that was just like having a little trick-or-treat bag. Each one had a mini bag of chips and then a whole bunch of different little candies, lollipops, different things like that. So it was a nice little event to go to with the kids. And like I said, you dressed up like the werewolf. I dressed up like my throat was slit. And it didn't go very well. I tried to rush it.
Yeah.
The last time I did it was 2017, which was quite a while ago. And I remember now, after like thinking about it, that it did take me quite some time to do it. Whereas this time I tried to rush it into like an hour long deal.
Like we even tried to shoot it and it just wouldn't
it wouldn't stick to me. It was just not happening. Really, so I just went with a whole bunch of blood kind of dripping around my neck and down into my cleavage. And then it was like I was your victim rather than having my throat slit. It was just I had a bunch of blood and everything. But I smelled delicious because it was really chocolate sauce with like red food coloring.
But yeah, it was pretty cool. And like because of social distancing or whatever, like when we originally filmed the wolf video, I wore a black mask underneath, not because of social distancing, but because to help like cover in the mouth when I open up and whatnot. But I couldn't do that because I was so stuffed up when we went to the thing. But luckily it was outside. But there was a couple of times I'd have to like physically open the wolf mouth to breathe better.
Yeah.
And like I didn't even end up dressing up on Halloween night, which is fine because it ended up being a bust anyway. I think we ended up with like 15 kids or something.
20 kids at the most. Yeah, which kind of stunk. We made our own little candy shoot.
Yeah.
It was very redneckish, but you know, it was literally something we threw together in 10, 15 minutes. And it was like, what can we do? And no offense, but I didn't really want to spend a lot of time and energy on it. It was just something cool I wanted to kind of try and do. If we could figure it out, then cool. If not, fuck it.
Well, yeah, it was kind of the last minute. Like we had seen a lot of people doing those candy shoots and whatever with PVC pipe. And we just happened to have some of the like gutter system or whatever. Yeah. Just like,
stem.
Yeah. But I mean, it's all clean and shit. And
yeah. It's brand new.
Yeah.
It hasn't been used.
So we just kind of made shift into a candy shoot and then blocked off our walkway just to kind of keep
people coming
distanced
and
from us.
Hitting our doorbell and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Keeps them safe, keeps us safe. And like I have sanitizer right by the door. So I would sanitize my hands and grab candy and throw it down the chute. Some people thought it was super cool. Some people were like, oh my God.
Yeah.
2020 at its finest. And I was like, we're just having fun, man. Like, fuck it.
Well, yeah, like, no offense, but you're immune compromised, so fuck off. We still want to enjoy the season. I still
wanted to give the kids the privilege of trick-or-treating and hand out candy to them, like mini chocolate bars and shit. But yeah, I don't want the fucking germ monsters at my door. Yeah, like, I'm sorry, get the fuck away.
But yeah, so it kind of sucked. We were super excited. I had a feeling it was going to be a bust. And then it's good that it did because I felt like garbage and just sat on the couch anyway.
Yeah, like we didn't even get KFC for Halloween.
No, we did
like
nothing.
That's like a family tradition.
Yeah, we just.
But
shit.
You were just like, no, I don't want anything.
No, I'm just gonna lay here and die.
I made soup or something, didn't I? On Halloween? Oh, I made beef stroganoff on Halloween.
Yeah,
that's right. But anyway,
yeah,
made soup the next day.
But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know how Halloween was for anybody else. I didn't really hear anything. I was kind of shocked. I thought there'd be more stuff on the news about like people doing. Candy shoots or whatever, but it was just like, man, everything got skipped over. Yeah, it was
just like it was there and then it was gone and that was it. There were celebrity costumes and stuff on Instagram and stuff, a few, not many even.
Yeah.
And that was it. It was over.
Yeah.
There were a few cute kid costumes that I saw. I did see the TikTok guy, the guy, the ocean spray guy on the skateboard. He you remember that?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you do. So the guy, he's got a mustache and a bald head and he's got ocean spray and he's skateboarding and it's to Fleetwood Mac.
Maybe.
It was a viral sensation. Anyway, I saw a little kid dressed like him. That's and it was super cute. I don't know his name. He's just the fucking ocean spray TikTok guy. But that's the guy we were talking about. They gave him a car and all this other stuff now.
And he was just skateboarding and okay, yeah. I remember. I didn't see it.
Oh, okay.
We talked about it.
Yeah. Anyway, I saw a little kid less than 2 dressed like him in the white tank top and jean shorts, and they even drew on a mustache. It was really, really cute.
That's cool. Well, and that's cool. Some people definitely had fun with it, and like you said, there was a couple of people that kind of turned up their nose at our
candy
setup or whatever, but for the most part everybody understood.
Everybody was very thankful. They were like, oh, this is so great, thank you so much. And I don't know, fucking we had fun. So, we tried to make it the best we could.
Last year we tormented the neighborhood we were in, and it was awesome, and we had fucking football
but the whole neighborhood was into it last year too, right?
Yeah.
And last year it was on a Thursday, so
we had
it was Thursday night football. And this year was on Saturday, but
which would have been awesome.
It would have been awesome, if we could have gone to parties and stuff. Absolutely.
And then the fucking moon was awesome all weekend. Big full moon for Halloween and the next night. And anybody that follows me on Instagram's definitely had their fill of moon pics. I can't help it. I love it. I love the moon and I love pictures of it in the sky and whatnot. But Yeah, so I don't know. It kind of sucked. It was just another fucking slap to the boner of 2020. Just anything you look forward to, it's not going to go quite as well. So let's move on to a couple other things. So I've got a note here. It says MDI bounces.
Oh, God. Really? You're going to bring this up?
I'm bringing it up.
Oh, my God. Okay, so this is my story. So I'm a little nutty, as most people know. If you don't know I'm a little nutty, then you don't know me so well. Anyway, so every morning I get up, I'm always first awake. If if he's first awake, there's something wrong. Like he's ill or something. Or I'm dead. Or
that hasn't happened yet, but okay.
No, but I mean like, or I'm very ill and I'm sleeping in, which doesn't happen often. But anyway, so I always get up first and I go and I do my business in the bathroom. And when I come back lately, I've been trying to like steamroll him just for fun to get to my side of the bed because I have to walk around the bed to get back to my spot. And if it's still dark, it's kind of difficult. And I stub my toes on the bed sometimes. And, so I'm a goofy. So I've been walking up to him and then like gently like laying on him and steamrolling over him.
Okay.
But
so hold on 2 seconds. So steamrolling, for anybody that doesn't know, because like I don't know,
our kids didn't know. They were like, "What?"
Well, I don't know if it's a Canadian thing. Like, I mean, I remember in Strange Brew they did it to each other. They kept steamrolling each other. I don't know if it's a fucking Canadian thing or what. Steamrolling is when you're laying in
bed with someone and you just roll over them.
Just anywhere. You don't have to be in bed. We were in bed, but
laying somewhere. Yes.
Yeah, you're laying with somebody and then you just roll over them, much like a steamroller would with like its big peg or whatever. And so this is the new thing that you've been doing is just kind of laying on top of me and steamrolling over to your side.
Yes. Just to be cute and funny, but also to save my toes a little bit. Mm-hmm. So, but anyway, so just I woke you up and startled you a couple times, like all of a sudden, because I would walk up to you and then gently like lay down. I didn't want to just like thud my fat ass on you, right? Mm-hmm. So but it was startling you, waking you up. And then I was like, well, that's no fun for him. Like, I don't want him having that startle of, why are you standing over me? What's wrong? Are you okay?
Well, yeah, like you might have fun, but it's not fun for me to wake up thinking I'm being attacked.
Exactly.
And like the rule is you do have to call steamroller when you do it. So that helps. But at the same time, like when you're in a deep sleep and next thing you know, there's a body on you. Like, I don't know. So anyway,
I might be too sick to tell this story. I'm going to laugh and cough my fucking ass off.
Oh no.
But anyway, so this particular morning, was it Halloween morning or the day before? I think it was the day before. It was a couple days before, maybe.
The day doesn't matter.
Anyway, I don't know why, but I was feeling really goofy and silly for some fucking reason. And I sleep nude, so that's just how it is. So I go pee and I come back. And for some fucking reason, I thought I could kind of jump from the doorway so that I wouldn't necessarily have to stop in front of you to give you that fright of like someone standing over you. So I thought I'm going to kind of gently jump from the doorway and graze over him and land in my spot, and it'll be like a super cool move.
So in your head, you had pictured this as some sort of naked James Bond move that you were going to glide across me as some sort of nude angel. They'd be in slow motion. I would wake up to see your boobs go by my face. And then you would land comfortably in bed.
And then you would be like, you silly girl, like you usually are, and say.
Which didn't happen.
No. So either I have amazing fucking jumping skills that I was unaware of. Because I thought I was just taking a little jump, a little hop, but I did in fact graze over you, much like a ballerina. I was graceful until the point where I hit my spot and bounced the fuck off my spot onto the floor where I landed on my plastic waste basket, like my garbage can. and a little plastic tote that I keep bandages and stuff in, polyspore and stuff like that, because my toe gets infected. But anyway, so yeah, I fucking land, and I think I was laughing before I even hit the floor. Like I realized what was happening when I bounced. I started laughing as soon as I bounced.
I can't remember when I woke up. Like that's the part. I don't remember if I woke up as you were flying over me, if I woke up as you bounced off the bed, or if I woke up due to the crash
or the giggling that happened a few seconds before the crash.
But all I know is easily the weirdest way I've ever woken up.
Oh God, it didn't hurt for like 10, 15 minutes. I laughed for a really long time. I just giggled my ass off. And then I was laying there in bed, and all of a sudden I was like, oh man, I hurt myself.
Yeah. Like
and you had been trying to tell me this for like 10 minutes. You were like, there's a mark on your elbow.
And your fucking ribs and your legs, and like you just drove. Like,
and I'm pretty sure I hit my head on the nightstand too.
You smashed into all of it. I think you hit part of the wall. You hit the nightstand. You hit it all. Like at least you didn't knock yourself out and or kill yourself.
Right?
Like that'd be the worst.
Bumps and bruises.
Like, oh, what happened to MDI? Oh, she bounced.
She bounced herself to death.
What do you mean? Podcasters bounce, man. She's
no, fat girls bounce.
Just flung herself right into the fucking wall and stuff.
So I've decided that steamrolling isn't so much fun anymore.
It's probably not the greatest idea. Either that, or you need to and that's the thing. I wish it was recorded because
I was naked. It can't be recorded.
I'd be willing to blur all that. I'm not saying that I want it recorded so that we could play it for anybody. I'm curious to see what the fuck happened, because you're like, I jumped from the doorway. I'm like, not possible.
Hey,
look. For the trajectory that you fucking got, you had to have been running like Usain Bolt.
No, I wasn't running at all. I literally I walked up to the doorway
from the doorway.
I thought about it for a second, and then I was like, "Hiya!"
And
yeeted myself.
Didn't stick the landing. You just did not stick that landing.
I did not stick.
So,
no, I didn't stick. I bounced.
Yeah. And like I want to say there's
bounce.
I want to say there's like an American Pie or a Friends episode where that happens. Somebody jumps on a bed and they fall, and I'm sure it was similar to that, where you were trying to be funny and then all of a sudden you were probably airborne and regretted everything. But it was very interesting and it was funny. After
you were like, what happened? What'd you do? What's wrong? Are you okay? What the fuck was that sound? Why are you on the floor?
Well, yeah, because
there were so many questions.
Like, and I honestly can't remember if I woke up to you flying over me or if I just woke up to the noise, because I remember thinking like, did she trip? Did she just throw herself into the garbage can? Like, what is she doing?
Yeah, what the fuck happened here?
But yeah, so, and then
I would like to state though, less than a week later, stubbed my pinky toe really fucking bad on the bed.
Oh yeah. But that was coming out of the bed.
Yeah, still.
I'm just saying.
I should steamroll out and in.
I guess. I mean,
maybe we should switch sides to the bed,
which would probably be the best idea.
You've always been such a stickler about your side of the bed.
I can't switch sides to the bed.
I know.
But
another butters.
Yeah, I am. I don't know why. But yeah, so that's
our week or so.
That's a good story there. As well, another thing that happened to you in regards to sleeping, bed, etc., is you believe that you experienced sleep paralysis for the first time.
I think I might have, yeah. Just the way you've explained it, and I've never fully understood it. I've always tried to be compassionate about it toward you, and like, I'm sorry, like I'm like that's scary, but like I've never fully understood it. But I've been having a lot of dreams lately. I don't know if you call them nightmares but they're not fun. And I seem to always be struggling, and I seem to always be trying to get to you, and I can't. And
yeah, which is something that definitely happens. Sorry, she's having a coughing fit, so we're gonna let her do that, and I'm just gonna talk. Actually, while she has a quick drink, I'm gonna throw out a little word to our network sponsor. If you head over to audibletrial.com/rathousepro, that's audibletrial.com/RATTHAUSPRO. You get 1 month free and 1 book free. And I did tell Matt that I would do that because I wasn't for a while there. But
sorry about that. My throat all of a sudden got really dry and I could not prevent it.
No,
but yeah, so I've been having these dreams where we're back in Ontario, and it's very difficult to tell whether we're teenagers or whether we're our age. Yeah. But I'm kind of stuck with my parents and trapped with my family, and they're never good. I'm always fighting with my family, and I wake up feeling very upset and very like uneasy and all that stuff. But so this one in particular was very similar to that. I was fighting with my parents. I couldn't get to you. I kept calling you, and it was like you just were unattainable, and I don't know why, but and then all of a sudden I was terrified, and I felt like something was kind of holding me down, but it didn't feel like I was being pushed necessarily, but I just couldn't get up. Like I couldn't move. I always sleep on my side with my hands up by my face, almost in prayer mode, but I'm not God loving. But anyway, mostly because I have issues with my wrists. But anyway, so like I felt like I couldn't move, and I kept trying to scream your name, but I couldn't even get your name out. It just kept coming out as shin, shin. Like I couldn't even talk, but I was so terrified, and I don't know why. I have no idea why. But when I finally did wake up, or I feel like I kind of woke up at one point, I feel like I was actually going shin in my sleep.
You probably
and I think I rose myself a little bit, and you kind of did a big inhale, like maybe you were being roused a little bit as well. And then I felt like I went right back into it, and I was fucking terrified again. Like I closed my eyes and I was right back into it.
Yeah.
And because I opened my eyes and I could see that there was a little bit of daylight coming through the window. Like I thought anyway that I was awake for a moment, and that I could hear myself and you. Whether I was truly awake for a moment, not sure. But then I fell right back into it. And I was just so fucking terrified, and I felt like I couldn't talk and I couldn't move. And I don't even know exactly what or how I got out of it. But all of a sudden, I was whipping my blanket off. Like it was like, wah, and I was awake. And I was hot. I was sweating, like, which does happen to me every now and then to start with because of my fibromyalgia. But like all of a sudden, I was whipping my blanket off and I was awake. And it was just like, holy fuck, what was that? Jesus Christ, I gotta pee. Like, just like so much all at once. And then as I sat in the bathroom, it was just like, it was all coming to me like, did that really just happen? Like, what was that? Yeah. Like, and it was just barely like 7 a.m. There was just barely sunlight coming through. So I laid back down, snuggled to you, and tried to like calm down and fall back to sleep. And I think I did fall back to sleep a little bit, or I snoozed a little anyway. And it didn't happen again or anything. But when you finally woke up, not finally, but when you got up for the day,
you lazy bitch.
No, I don't mean finally, but like when you got up for the day, I was like, hey, I think I may have experienced one of those things you're always talking, not always, but you talk about every now and then.
Yeah. It's so some background on that. The old folklore is that it's a witch. It's called the old hag.
Yeah.
And she's sitting on your chest. Now, believe what you will. For me, kind of what's going on. And there used to be an episode of Fearcast, I think it was like 5, where I talked about the old hag, and I talked about the sleep paralysis that I've gone through. And to be honest, I do have a little bit of anxiety because it's been a little bit. since I've had it.
Oh,
and I seem
maybe she came to me instead of you.
I have no idea.
Bitch.
Because I've been fighting whatever it is, like whether it's supernatural or it's just a normal occurrence, because sleep paralysis is something that happens to people.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be a supernatural event or anything like that. But for myself, I have a reoccurring dream. And so kind of a caveat to this is I want to do a new series on YouTube called The Story or something along those lines, where it's just a straight shot and we tell a quick story about something. So I'm going to save the entire story for that because I want people to check out the YouTube channel. But essentially I've been having a reoccurring dream for years now, where I go through the motions of whatever happens. Again, you're going to have to go over to subscribe to the YouTube channel to be able to hear the full thing.
You tricky motherfucker.
But I have been battling this where it gets to the point where I've jumped out of bed before.
Yeah,
because
you've like fucking smashed the nightstand.
Yeah,
because you feel like you're fighting something.
See, and that's what I'm not sure of, because that wasn't too long ago that I did that, but it didn't feel the same. It wasn't the same dream. So like I've had the exact reoccurring dream for a few years, and at least 5, maybe more. And it happens once or twice a year, sometimes more, depending on things. But then the last time I had it, it was different. Like, so the general gist, I'm walking through the woods. I find a cabin. When I enter the cabin, it's like a mansion. There's massive, it's a huge indoor house or whatever. I go through the house.
Indoor house?
Well, like inside the house is massive.
Yeah. Outside looks small.
Looks like a small cabin.
I got you.
And anyway, I go through, I eventually come to a room. When I go into the room, that's where I feel an entity and I feel like it suppresses me. And that's when I usually start to fight because I'm scared and I can't move and I feel like I almost can't breathe. And I've woken you up, essentially vibrating the entire bed and like muffled screams and like trying to scream.
Well, and that's why I feel like I couldn't get your name out all the way too. Like I couldn't breathe. I couldn't get enough air in to yell your name.
Yeah. And that's
sorry.
No. And that's why I'm saying, like, I definitely think that's exactly what you experienced, because it sounds very similar to what I went through, where, yeah, like trying to scream and it's like, no, like it's the weirdest fucking thing. Like you're trying with your fucking damnedest. And then all of a sudden, like the same with me, like a couple of times I've woken up and I can see everything. I can see you sleeping. I just can't move my body or talk. And a lot of people in the supernatural world say that there's like, I can't remember what they're called, like black figures. I can't remember what they're called. Shadow people or something that you can usually see. I don't think I've ever seen them. When I smashed the nightstand though, that night, remember I was like, is that light supposed to be brighter? What's this? You
thought you were seeing
I thought I was seeing people at that point, but whatever. I don't even know. And that's what I mean. Like, I don't know how much of this is like weird kind of spooky stuff and how much is like just your brain dumping weird chemicals into your head, you know? But,
well, and you and I are kind of both people that are very open to the supernatural, the whole idea of ghosts and spirits. And like, I've seen ghosts and I believe I have anyway, from the time I was young, I can remember seeing spirits. I think the first one I was probably 8-9 years old that I can recall. So, I feel that you and I both just have that openness to the supernatural world that we still tend to see or feel things, whether they're, I don't know whether they're there or not, but you know, a lot of people say that you lose that, almost, what do they call it? Naivete when you're little. Like when you're young, you're open to the things and you can see things. And
as you get older, you put up your own roadblocks.
Exactly. Like you build mind blocks and you don't see these things anymore, whatever. Right. Yeah. Whereas I don't feel you and I really have done that, because I still feel spirits and I still feel things and I've seen ghosts and I've felt spirits many, many times. So I feel like that's maybe another reason why stuff like this happens to us as well. Like,
and it could be. And like, again, going back to another story that I'm going to talk about on the YouTube channel is the story where I was writing the book and I stopped. I know, but No, but because I really like the story.
No,
like
I know.
the story elements. I like telling stories. So I think that'll be something fun for people to watch. But the other side of it is we have a lot of strange stories that we've gone through in our lives,
absolutely.
like some serious, some spooky, and I think if we just start putting like little stories out there that people can listen to, and you never know, like when I put out the episode of the old hag, people reach out and be like, I've gone through this, I know what you're going, and like I'm like, holy shit, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, so there's just been all these little spookity things, and ever since that one thing happened, I've closed myself off to a lot of stuff. And then just recently I've been kind of not allowing that to come back, but I've been allowing nature and stuff to kind of bring the energy around, but still I'm very guarded at that sort of stuff. And again, there's a lot of people that might be listening to this and they're just like, you guys are fucking crazy, but that's fine. But if you've gone through any sleep paralysis or anything like that, please let us know on social media. Like we would love to hear kind of what your story is and what you got
why are you
going.
freaky?
But anyway, yeah. So
in dreams and stuff, and
yeah, I don't want to know
weird
how freaky
shit.
you is. I'm looking at you, Tulp. I don't know how freaky you is. But anyway, yeah. So that's very similar to kind of what I've gone through, and I don't know. It'll be interesting to find out if you have it again. Yeah, like or what or and I don't know. It's definitely a weird thing. And I'm kind of hoping that some people do kind of listen to this and maybe reach out a little bit about it, because it's a very, very interesting thing. And I know it's very, very scary. But I mean, I haven't felt any long-term effects from it or anything. And it's not, I don't know if there's people that get it daily. Like that would fucking blow. I wouldn't want to live that life.
Right.
But
well, and I think that's a lot of reason why I'm so closed off to supernatural horror movies. They freak me the fuck out.
Yeah.
I can't, like, I've seen The Exorcist, and that one was borderline for me. I did have nightmares about that one for a little while, but I'm over it now. Whereas I saw Poltergeist when I was 7-8 years old.
Yeah.
And I think it really it fucked with me. I've never gone back and watched it again. I've heard from other people that are like, well, that's not even fucking scary. But I'm like, well, fuck you. It damaged me, man.
So here's the thing with Poltergeist. As a movie, it's meh. But when you look into it, and like, I'm pretty sure there's an episode of Cursed Films that I want to watch. And I don't know if you're interested in watching it. It's about the Poltergeist. Do you remember the scene where the one person falls into the water and then there's skeletons that pop up?
Yeah.
Okay. Those are real skeletons. They didn't tell the actress that. They found them, put them in there, and like there was a lot of really fucked up shit that happened on that film. And that's why they say that they've caused they say that film is cursed.
That's crazy.
And I'm pretty sure, because I've got the Cursed Films. I think there's like 5 of them. So I really want to go check that out. And I heard Eli Roth has a new thing on Shudder called like The History of Horror. And he's doing these cool, like there's some really cool shit, man. Down the line, I'd love to get Shudder, because they're actually coming out with their own content now, not just hosting horror films. And I think that's very interesting. But anyway, yeah. So it's like paranormal stuff, and I get it. So like The Conjuring, stuff like that, I would not allow you to watch.
Yeah.
It scared the fuck out of the kids.
Exactly.
Same with parents.
Well, but I think that's why because my spirit, and I'm so open to the paranormal and stuff like that. I think that's why I can't watch movies and stuff about it. It just freaks me the fuck out.
Yeah. Where we watched Halloween and like slashers.
I can watch slasher movies. Yeah. They don't bother me.
Well, yeah, it's just,
I'm not a fan of them. I don't enjoy them.
Yeah.
And when I know there's going to be a jump scare, or like I can sense it, I'll look down because I don't want to have the jump scare. Because even if I can sense it's coming, it still scares me.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, so I can watch slashers. I just don't enjoy them.
No, but I'm saying like films like The Exorcist, The Conjuring, they're pretty intense.
Yeah.
And then you have films like Paranormal Activity, and I know a lot of people talk shit about it, but if you've ever experienced real ghosts and paranormal stuff, they do a really good job of kind of showing you things that I've experienced myself, whether it's knocking or banging or doors closing or little things like that. Like I've seen that shit. So you know what? At the end of the day, yes, that is fucking frightening to me.
The shutters at my best friend's house in high school. Remember the shutters that used to be on the windows from the living room, from the modern living room out? There was wooden shutters. Those used to move.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's what I mean. Stuff happens like, but yeah, so I don't know.
And they were in the house. Like they weren't outside.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's creepy.
So I don't know. So that's why like after I scared the fuck out of the kids with The Conjuring, we kind of just went to like
little slasher movies and stupid shit.
Little things for the rest of horror.
Yeah, we did.
But yeah.
Stuff that mom could watch.
Exactly.
So just really, we use the excuse of stuff mom could watch, but really it was because The Conjuring scared the fuck out of them.
Yeah. Yeah, and they do want to continue the Saw movies, so we should get back on that eventually and finish that up for them. But yeah, I don't know. It's been pretty cool lately, like trying to get things to even out and figure our shit out and what's going to happen moving on. We just keep
trucking along.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Just keep taking the licks and keep going. And
yeah. No other options.
Fuck yeah. I don't know.
Move it or lose it, bitch.
I don't know what you do in 2020. So speaking of things that are coming up, I want to do a quick shout out that because our network, Rat House, they're having a Christmas episode coming out on their Patreon account. Patreon.com/rathouse, I believe is what it is. But all that information is on my Instagram and that sort of thing. So we're going to try to do, because it looks like I'm going to be working when they do the show.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
I turned my mic off so I could blow my nose.
That's okay.
The live show?
Yeah. So when they do their show and they record or whatever, I don't think I'm going to be available because I got to work, but we're talking about maybe doing some sort of like funny Christmassy sort of thing to send over that they can play or add on or whatever. And I think they're talking about closing out the show with it. So we'll see.
Closing what?
Yeah.
We got to be the closers?
Possibly.
That's a lot of pressure, Matt.
I'm just saying. But
oh no.
But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff to look forward to. So if you're down with Patreon, definitely check them out as well. Head over to patreon.com/fearandmdi. And yeah, check ours out. We've got behind the scenes stuff that only Patreons get. Everybody, they get first dibs at our YouTube videos. They get first shot at all of our podcasts as well as exclusive podcasts and stuff like that. It's there's only 3 tiers, $1. I think it's $1, $3, and $5.
Yep.
So I mean, at most $5 a month is nothing big to throw at your way.
We're worth it. Come on now.
Less than a coffee a day. But
if you're going to Starbucks,
if it's going to Starbucks, Jesus, less than 6 cups. But yeah, so you can just go check it out. Every little bit helps. It supports the show. It lets us to do more. We ended up buying a new ring light.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's it. It's just little things to help us kind of upgrade,
and have them lit a little bit nicer.
So yeah, and then we don't have to move our massive lighting rigs and all that stuff. And
that's the kind of stuff that we're looking for Patreon donations for. So
absolutely.
we can upgrade our stuff and do, new cool
more shit for you guys.
Stuff.
It's something fun that we love doing. So if you dig what we do, man, head on over, subscribe. Even just $1 will get you in the door. It gets you a lot of different exclusive stuffs. $3 gets you more. $5 gets you the whole shebang. We even do like a social media get together kind of thing each month with the Patreon folks. And we're just trying to think of what we're going to do for November so we can get that all scheduled up and get working on that. But yeah, we've got a lot of stuff to do. We got to do, I don't know what we're going to do. Maybe a skit or something for Rat House to send over.
Fuck, we're going to have to do something fantastic if it's the fucking closeout of the show.
But I got a lot of writing to do. We want to try to hit while the iron's hot with another werewolf video. Maybe we'll probably shoot next week.
One of those out next week.
And if you guys have any interesting ideas, if you've seen the werewolf video, what are some funny things that we can have the werewolf do to put into everyday life that you think would be humorous? Hit us up on social media just so we know kind of what your thoughts are.
Keeping in mind social distancing.
Because we have some great ideas, but we're not sure that they'll happen due to COVID.
Exactly.
And all that stuff.
And I can't go out and I go to restaurants and stuff because I'm immune compromised too. So it's risky enough letting you go outside the house to work right now.
Yeah. And like, it sucks. Like I'm so nervous every day at work, and like every single person. Well, it's good because where I work, I'm behind glass. Yeah. So, and not like the makeshift glass that everybody has up now at Walmart.
It's actually real glass.
It's real glass. Like nobody's going to be able to hack or spit on me or any of that stuff. So that's fine. But because I deal with money, and money is fucking gross, every time I use the sanitizer and all that stuff. And I still ended up with a head cold, but I could have caught that anywhere.
That could have been because of the weather fluctuation.
Yeah, fuck. Like if you watch, I think by the time this goes out, our vlog of the Prairie Gardens will be out.
We'll be out by then, yeah. And we had snow then.
We had snow.
It was fucking
like
cold
10.
as balls. And then a week later, it was plus 12, plus 15. So that's very possibly why we got sick.
Every time that there's a massive swing like that, my whole body feels like shit. It's fucking terrible. I hate it. And it turns out my sister has the same thing. So that's interesting.
Oh, yeah. Right?
So we'll have to look into that. But yeah, let me just double check. I don't think I have any more notes. Was there anything that you wanted to hit on MDI before we get going?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay, cool. Sorry. I wrote out an ending because we don't really know how to do any endings or anything.
Well, let's fucking hear your ending that you wrote out.
I wrote this out a long ass time ago, so I have no idea. Don't be too excited. You're setting it up. This is. I don't even know if it's fun. I haven't read this. I'm going to read it right now. It might not even make any sense.
Let's go.
That's our show. And as always, this is a comedy podcast show. Any opinions, no matter how horrible, are all made up in the name of comedy. If you don't like it, don't listen.
Thanks.
For more Twat FM fun, hit us up on Facebook at Fear MDI, on all others at The Real MDI and at Fear Innis, or check out rathouse.net/twatfm.
That's right.
Tune in next time to see what bullshit we are about. Run along, kiddies. Yeah.
I didn't mind it.
It's not bad. I
liked it.
I'll figure it out. But either way,
it's
good. Share the fuck out of this for us, guys. Give it a fucking 5-star rating on iTunes and all that good stuff. Subscribe, like, share, do all that stuff. Until next week, motherfuckers, run along.